To bring in the new year, this is the 2023 All Bounce Back team for fantasy football. Let's go. Okay, so starting off, number one, Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Denver Broncos, is my quarterback bounce back pick. His value has tanked. I looked in our trade browser, and these are the trades that I found. Russell Wilson plus, I think this was a pick. Russell Wilson plus for Geno Smith. Wilson for Baker Mayfield in a 23 second. Russell Wilson, and this is in Superflex leagues, by the way. Russell Wilson for MVS, Mike White, and a 23 third. We were talking about the quarterback 19 with 2 games missing this season. In 2021, he finished as quarterback 15 in 14 games. In 2020, he finished as quarterback 6, then quarterback 3, quarterback 9, and then the quarterback 1. This will be an experienced coaching staff that comes in. I don't know who. I hope it's Sean Payton or a offensive-minded coach like that. But I think no matter what, it will be an upgrade for Wilson, for the team overall. He needs someone to be the experienced head coach that's able to rein him in, to understand how he works, and to use Wilson and all of his quirks to still have a good team dynamic. Javonte Williams will be back. Once he gets healthy, I think he will be a great tool as a way to take pressure off of Wilson, but also for Wilson to use as a check down target and just make the offense run a lot better. So my bounce back running back for 2023 is no one. Okay, so I was really trying to find someone who I believed in that will bounce back this year. I really do think that this is a changing of the guard for running backs. You look at these older running backs that have historically produced, and they're kind of wearing down, and we know that running backs have this lifespan that's shorter than a lot of other players. And we look at this college class of rookies coming in, there are a lot of really, really talented running backs. This one is a fairly obvious one, so I didn't want to make it mine because everyone thinks it. It's J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins, he looks pretty good right now, and he's not 100% healthy. So give him a full off season. I think he'll be potentially a top 6, top 8 running back in fantasy football. Okay, this is the wide... Okay. Oh, man. Sorry, I am messing all this stuff up. Okay, so I'm excited about this wide receiver bounce back, and I know for a fact he'll score more fantasy points than he did this year, and that is Calvin Ridley. So, as you know, Calvin Ridley was suspended last year. He hasn't played for a long time. He's 28, but he got traded to the Jaguars, and he is with the best quarterback he has ever had, and he's only 28. In 2020, he was the wide receiver 4. In 2019, he was the wide receiver 23 in 13 games. He actually tied A.J. Brown in points per game that season. And then his rookie year, he is wide receiver 18 with 10 touchdowns. So he enters this Jaguars team as the most talented wide receiver on the roster. He has top 5 potential, but just as a heads up, he'll probably have a pretty slow start. I mean, he has not played for about a season and a half, maybe over that. So don't bring him in as your wide receiver 2 next year, or even your wide receiver 3. But him as a depth piece on your bench is actually really exciting to have. Do I think he'll be top 5 this year? I don't think so. I think he'll be potentially high-end wide receiver 2. I'm excited for Ridley this year, and I think you should be too. Okay, tight end. Honestly, I don't really know if this guy's going to bounce back at all. I hope so. And the only reason in my mind that he doesn't bounce back in 2023 is due to injury. If you are telling me that Darren Waller plays 17 games next year, he will be a top 5 tight end. The offensive system needs it. There'll be more offensive consistency with just the whole team. And I think he still has that ability to be a elite tight end. I do like having this buy window for Waller because while I don't want him as my tight end 1 on my competing rosters, I love him as a depth piece at tight end. So that is my 2023 bounce back team. What are your favorite bounce backs this year? Let me know down in the comments if I can pronounce words correctly. I hope that you're in a championship this week. And if you're not, let's get into it next year. But anyway, have a happy and safe new year.